have it recorded and sent to you guys. So just to kind of backtrack real quick, again, I know where we left off was right when I was talking about total strategy. Here we go. Now you guys can see my screen. There we go. Okay. So again, like I said, total strategy, proven SEO methods, mobile-friendly SEO, targeted ads, ad extensions, and landing pages. And I'm going to go more in depth on each one of these, so that way we don't feel a little lost. So hopefully everyone's kind of trickling back in. I apologize about that, and let's just kind of move forward with it. So geo-targeted ads. Okay, so geo-targeted ads are the ads on the Google platform, basically known as AdWords. AdWords, if anyone doesn't know, is the paid advertising service that Google has. PPC, pay per click. So if you ever hear anyone talk about PPC, of course, they're talking about paid advertising. One of the many features Google allows is geolocation targeting. So this means you can target online users by their geographical locations. Again, if it's a business, if you have a business that's maybe not surrounded by a lot of homes or like communities or clients, they're probably a mile, 2 miles down the way. Maybe you kind of dominate your area and you really want to kind of target other rural areas around you. Geo-targeted ads are the perfect way to do it. So many online users have Gmail accounts and search using their mobile phones and using their home computers. Google and other search engines are moving towards personalized search. So this means that based on a user's IP address or their location, their search history, other factors, sex, race, family, school affiliations, whatever it may be, they're returning searches personalized to them. So it's important to make sure that you are targeting specific areas because those personalized results can either skew or help you in those search results. So as a local business owner, you want to make sure to, when you generate new leads or new business from people that either live or work near your business, that you're doing it this way. AdWords, Bing ads, they all enable you to target people by those specific local areas. Targeting can be done by zip code. It can be done by the central location, maybe a neighborhood, circumference, pretty much anything. I mean, it really kind of gives you a real robust way of actually targeting certain areas, certain zip codes, like 6 or 7 different zip codes if you want. It actually shows a map and it shows different areas that you can kind of target on there. You can even exclude certain areas. So if there's areas that you really don't want to target, maybe you kind of want to target a certain area, but just maybe not a little patch area that's in there, you can actually exclude it. If roadways, natural features, whatnot make it too difficult for a certain neighborhood to reach your office, you can exclude those as well, since those residents probably will rule out your office anyways, just because it's not convenient to get there. Maybe it's a little harder to get there. Now, it's completely up to you, but exclusions are there to help you, not necessarily to be a bad thing. So ad extensions is, of course, one of the other things that really helps out a lot. There's call-only ad extensions or ad types. There's call extensions, location extensions, review extensions, site extensions. All these extensions are basically little snippets and little things that you can do to add on top of your search result targeted ad. So if you have an ad, a PPC ad you see on the top of the search results page, you basically would have your phone number there, maybe where your location is at, so they can click on it to easily get directions. All these extensions are made so that it's easier for them to access things on the go, on a mobile phone, on a mobile device, as opposed to having to click on it, go to the landing page, fill out the form. Landing pages are fine, and they're okay, and they're good. They're okay. They're great, for mobile devices. But there's always that factor of someone that's on the go, and that's kind of what's happening nowadays, and that's why mobile is being so emphasized. People are on the go all the time. So these extensions are actually going to help out because it's just easy access, whether it's a location extension that has your address, they can click on it on their device. It'll open up their map program in their map app in their phone, and then it'll allow them to get directions directly to your office. Call extensions, they can just click on it and it pulls up the dialer on their phone and they can just call directly from it. Review extensions, it'll pull up maybe Yelp, it'll pull up whatever. They can easily access these things, and these all help out so that you can kind of cater to those that want to click on the ad to go to the landing page, and cater to those that maybe are just on the go that want to just click on the extension. Okay, so the level of customization available on these platforms for online advertising is almost unbelievable. I mean, if you saw how much you can customize, you could spend all day just doing it. That's why it takes so long. It's a lot of time that's consumed doing this, and it's a lot of time management. So the key to success for effective online ads is that personalization and specificity. So you want to make sure that it's targeted directly how your clients are going to be. If you know that you're in an area where people are always on the go, it's probably good to do that. I actually just came back from a vision show in New York. If there's anyone that's in the optometry field, I'm sure maybe you were there. It was a huge show, and it's in New York. I'm from San Diego, so it's a completely different side of the spectrum. California, we're known to be laid back, and New York is real hustle and bustle and on the move all the time, and you can see that going there. You're always taking cabs, maybe walking where you need to get to. People are always on the go. So if you're in that type of area, you might want to consider certain extensions as opposed to other extensions that other practices might have in a slower paced setting. So again, the personalization is there, and it's great to use. The click-to-call feature, again, is something that's important. I would recommend having that on all ads, whether you're in a fast-paced or slow-paced area, as well as the location extensions. Like I said, in this day and age of convenience, a lot of people don't want to be inconvenienced. They're willing to go far from their home or their office for services sometimes, but a lot of times they want to do something that's close enough. So those location extensions are going to really be able to give them an idea of where your office is located on a map in conjunction with where they're at. Now, do you maybe spend a lot of time on like an FAQ page or a benefits page? Maybe feature that on your online ad by adding a site extension to your ad. There's no extra cost to it. As you can see here, you can add specific pieces of your website to it. Send potential clients to a page of your website that they want to see to make an extension, to make a decision. So the extension, is basically going to have different links to where, let's say you specify in 10 different services, and you want to have maybe 3 or 4 really kind of emphasize that really are bringing the big bucks to your office, that are high revenue generators. You want to be able to put those links so that when someone sees your ad, they could probably click on, or they click on that link. It'll take them to that page to talk about that service. And maybe on that page have a little FAQ on there that people normally ask about that specific service, and then go ahead and answer it, and then have a page of content, and then maybe have some kind of call to action, call us today or call now, schedule an appointment today, something like that, some special offer if you want to. It can almost kind of be like a mini landing page if you want to think of it that way. So those site extensions are actually really good because you can have specific pages really be featured along with the landing page itself. So as we go into those landing pages, let's kind of talk a little bit more about it, those customized landing pages. So landing pages themselves are something that you're going to need to have if you're going to have pay-per-click advertising. It's obviously something that's going to be catered to that specific keyword, catered to that specific ad. And we've seen local businesses do a great job in creating and driving traffic to their website using these online ads, only to fail at converting those visitors into new business. So you can have a landing page, you can have it linked there, you can have all the steps and functionality there, but if it's not conversion friendly, if it's not something that is conversion focused, people aren't going to want to convert. And in that, what I mean, basically fill out the form, actually get into your office and get past the ad, get past the computer part of it, and actually see you. So there's a specific goal that you want to keep in mind. You also want to add in trust elements. They're going to be a little apprehensive if they don't know you and they're a first-time client or patient. They're going to be a little apprehensive. They want to know that they can trust you. If there's any reviews you can put on that landing page, if there's something BBB, for instance, whatever it is that will add some kind of trust element to it, that's going to help them be not so apprehensive. And then, of course, having it conversion focused, making sure that you get to the point of what you're trying to sell, basically. So a landing page created specifically for a PPC ad has a specific goal. Convert that visitor into a new client or a new follower or a new contact. So there's different levels of that. Visitors to your website need to be told what to do next. They're not going to just figure it out. Don't be too aggressive, but lead them in the direction that they need to go. Custom landing page really tells them what you expect from them, thereby making the conversion process a little easier. If you kind of tell them this is what you need to do, this is what we're offering, and you need this, they're more likely to want to go ahead and convert and click on that and fill it out and actually see you in the office. If you want online users to become new clients, you need to show them that they can trust you and that your business is credible. So again, those trust elements are very key. These include things like, again, client reviews, accreditations, industry memberships, awards. I know a lot of clients will get awards, locally from their county, their state, their city, whatever it may be. put those on there. Any kind of accolades that you have, if they're in your office, maybe have them on your landing page. Let people know about it. If you won 2014, practice of the year or whatnot, put that on there. It's a trust element that they can know that they're going to someone that knows what they're doing and that it's professional and basically they can trust it. So mobile-friendly SEO is going to kind of tie into all of this stuff, whether it's the landing page, your website, those kind of things. In addition to pay-per-click advertising, search engine optimization is essential to improving that lead generation online. The expansion of mobile devices really caused SEO methods to focus more and more on mobile-friendly methods and tools. So a person using a mobile phone to search for a barber, let's just say, is considered to have, local intent. This means that they're looking for a barber in their local area. By tailoring your optimization strategy to those mobile users, you can convert those users with that local intent. So a lot of people want to dominate a broad area. A lot of people want to kind of, almost overexpand the reach that they want, their empire, I guess you can say, that they want to really kind of maximize and dominate in. But everyone needs to realize that if you aren't dominating in your local area first, you're never going to dominate outside of it. Now, that's not 100% true all the time. It just really depends on the business. But majority of the time that is true. You need to really cater to those people around your area, depending on where your office is, before you start expanding exponentially out there. So make sure that you are catering to those that maybe are closer to you and the lower hanging fruit. Mobile usage is commonplace, and the number of people worldwide owning mobile phones and computers, and not computers, is pretty much growing. Not a lot of people will go out there and say, hey, I need to get a desktop PC. People nowadays want to get laptops, or they want to get the convertible tablets or whatnot, where they have built-in keyboards, and it's pretty much an all-in-one laptop/tablet. Have you ever tried to access a traditional website on your phone? You can kind of see that nothing really loads properly. Maybe it takes forever. You have to scroll, minimize, pinch to zoom, whatever it may be. It's not really friendly for your phone. So many online mobile users don't have the patience, and they'll quickly leave a traditional website to find one where they can read the hours, the directions, all the little information that they need, a little more easier, clearer. So usability also affects your rankings, and it's good for users and good for your SEO if you're able to get that mobile-friendly piece in there. So along with those, you're going to want to make sure that you keep strong on your common proven SEO methods. Long-tail keywords. A lot of times people think nowadays, especially with the Hummingbird update that happened a while back, that someone's going to type in a keyword and their city, and that's going to be it. Now, that's how it used to be. Now, it still kind of works. I mean, I'm not going to say it doesn't work. It still kind of works. But long-tail keywords, and what that means is that's longer keywords. It's almost like a phrase, if you want to think about it. There was an old search engine, which I believe is still around. I think it's just ask.com now, but it used to be askjeeves.com. And their whole concept in the beginning was, instead of typing in these keywords, type a question. Jeeves will answer the question. Type something in a phrase in, and it'll answer what you need based off your phrase. It was supposed to be kind of a revolutionary type of algorithm that really kind of made it more human and more of a human element as opposed to robotic and keywords. Well, that's not too far kind of where it's at now, and the reason being is because a lot more people are using mobile devices, meaning that they're using Google Now on Android, Cortana on Windows devices, and Siri on Apple devices. A lot of people use Siri. All of these different assistants, mobile assistants, I guess you can say, are also tied into different directories, tied into the search engines, things like that. So when you're asking questions, you don't say, Siri, veterinarian San Diego. Like, it'll pull it up, but you're going to ask questions because that's what it's built for. It's built to understand language like that. So long-tail keywords tend to be easier to kind of pull up and also less expensive when it comes to PPC, because a lot of people are still competitive regarding those small, short-tail keywords. So what does that mean for you? So when you have certain people looking for something, long-tail keywords, they're going to type in a phrase, they're going to type in a question, whether it's on a mobile device, whether they're saying it into Siri, whatever it may be. An easy way to have that content pulled up is maybe have a FAQ page. FAQ pages are great, or even having on a specific service page, each page that you have, maybe have a couple FAQs, a couple questions, where it'll have, the question and that you get common for that, and then an answer. So again, if it's for a vet or a pet, and they're asking a boarding question, they might be a question that people normally ask, maybe ask your office, ask the front desk, ask the doctor, what's the most common question for this particular topic? They'll give it to you, then get the answer, and then that way what will happen is along with the content, it'll also have those questions, kind of phrase questions, where people might actually also type in that phrase or that long tail keyword into the search engine. So it gives it multiple ways of actually being able to pull up. So that's one proven method that you can use. 2, fresh, useful content. So remember, like I said, the refresh factor is important. One reason why blogs do so well is because they're constantly refreshed. If you ever notice that you'll type certain things in and you see these blog sites pop up all the time, it's because it keeps your content fresh. And Google wants to see that. They don't want to see it get stale, because if it's a website that's not been updated in a year or 6 months or longer, people are probably going to think that the information is old and outdated, and they don't want that, especially when it comes to the healthcare-related fields, where they want to make sure that they're going to go see someone for their own health or for maybe their pet's health. They're going to want to make sure that it's up to date and that it's not someone that's using old techniques and old services. Because like I said, your website is directly a window into your business. They want to make sure that it directly correlates to that. So along with that, like I mentioned, blogs, that's part of the fresh, useful content. Blogs are going to help out updating your content, maybe adding new services, even adding segments of certain services in there. There's not a problem having too much content, but make sure that if you have specific pages, that the pages themselves aren't too long, because they don't want to read a book. If you have a page that's really long, think about segmenting that page into 2 pieces. Maybe it talks about 2 different services within that page. Maybe split it up. So there's ways to really kind of strategize it and figure out how to do it. But keep in mind, it's all in the sense of keeping it fresh and keeping it useful. And of course, the last part of that is definitely the integration. You want to make sure that along with the integration, that you want to keep everything together. You want to keep everything up to date regarding your review icons. Obviously your blog is linked up properly. If you have a store, it's linked up properly. Making sure everything is linked up correctly and they have the proper links. If it's linking to another page, make sure the link is correct and it's not an old link. A lot of times people have a real big drop in SEO rankings because they don't realize that a lot of their links on their websites are broken, or maybe they have photos on their website that are too large, that they weren't resized before they put it on the website. This all adds to the page load time. There's a lot of things, a lot of factors that Google looks at regarding how they're going to rank you besides just content. Now, that's a big piece of it, but consider it a branch, a tree branch of different things that you can do to either optimize and improve your rankings or things that might detrimentally hurt your rankings. So it seems like a lot, and it is, but if you tackle them one thing at a time, it's actually not that bad, because you're going to tackle them one at a time, and once you tackle them, overall the whole spectrum will be kind of complete. So integration is key, making sure that you have everything updated, working properly, functionally working the way it should be, and then you're good to go and you're golden. So to generate more leads online, a comprehensive, again, multifaceted strategy is something that hits a variety of points, and it's pretty much necessary. It's not enough to have a strong website anymore or just social media presence, like I mentioned. These are things that you want to kind of integrate into what you're doing. Rather, a well-rounded strategy, including online tools, enable you to really generate those leads and target the right traffic to you. So again, active social media, make sure you're up to date on your social media. Make sure that you have everything that you need in regards to, posting, every other day, a couple times a week, however many times you think that you want to do it, and however many times you think your clientele, your patients, are going to be engaging in that. And keep in mind, you want to make sure you have engaging posts. Again, targeted ads, if you're in a specific area where you want to target other areas, those are something that's very important, because it's going to be able to exclude areas that you don't want to target and target areas that you really want to target, especially zip codes and things like that. That's something that's very important depending on the area that you're in. If you're covered by a lot of bodies of water, you can actually exclude specific areas. If you're covered by a lot of lakes, if you're in Michigan or something like that, and there's all these different lakes all around you, you can actually, make sure that you target specific little areas in pockets. That way you're not getting, you're wasting, precious area, real estate, I guess you can say, for those areas. There's different ways that you can see it. And again, the consistent SEO. Don't ever forget SEO. SEO is king. SEO is going to be something that's the longevity of your website and your rankings. It's going to be something that is just like a credit score. It takes a little while for it to kind of ramp up, but once it ramps up, it does take a while for it to kind of drop if you just let it go. But again, once it starts dropping, it's hard to kind of keep it back up to where it was. And don't forget, if you're on the first page, or even if you're not on the first page, you want to make sure to just keep things fresh, and don't ever get complacent. Don't ever get to the point where, oh, I'm on the first or second or third ranking on the first page, because keep in mind, the person below you is always going to be doing what they're trying to do to get to one-up you and to get above you. So you should basically be kind of thinking the same way. So again, in conclusion, maximize your lead generation and grow your business. A complete online strategy is really essential. So incorporating all these elements in your strategy, you really touch on all those areas where potential clients are looking and wanting to engage online. So as a consumer, when they turn more and more to online search to find local business providers, your local business needs to focus and incorporate more online marketing tools and techniques. So typically, online marketing strategies have a higher ROI than traditional advertising, like print ads, phone book ads. Hopefully you guys aren't using those anymore. Billboards, TV ads. Maximize your investment by harnessing the right tools for effective lead generation. Again, online is where it needs to be. If you still have those offline tools and offline methods, it's not bad, but maybe think more about reallocating some of those funds to online ads, because, again, that's where everyone's at. I don't remember the last time I heard someone saying that they saw an ad on a billboard and they called right away. It's really almost kind of more of a branding thing if you do online ads, offline ads like that. Yellow page ads also are kind of the same. I mean, not a lot of people use them. I mean, they have yellow pages online now, but not a lot of people use those anymore like they used to. Flyers, I mean, those kind of things work, but again, it depends on your area, and if you're actively going out maybe to a mall, to a high school, something like that, those do tend to work, but keep in mind, majority of your clientele are going to be online. So this opens up our Q&A section. Again, I apologize for earlier for us all getting kicked off, but if you do have any questions, feel free to go ahead and type them through. I'll make sure to go ahead and answer them for you. If you don't have any questions and you have more so questions on any of these particular methods and you don't have the time, or you have more questions just about how to do it properly, give us a call, 1-800-iMatrix. We are all Google certified, so we know right away about all the updates that are happening and what you need to do to be able to focus on the correct areas and make sure to not focus on, weed out the bad areas. So I want to say thank you for everyone attending this week's webinar. We'll go ahead and record this. Again, like I mentioned, it'll be on our YouTube channel. You can go to iMatrix.com, click on the YouTube link up on top, or if you wait a couple days, I should say, we'll go ahead and email this to you, a recorded version. So thanks again. Awesome. So we got a couple questions here. So first question, let's see. Is there a place on your website that goes a little more in depth as far as extensions and tutorials are concerned? So we have, actually, if you go to our YouTube channel, again, go to iMatrix.com. You'll see on the top right there's a YouTube channel icon. Go ahead and click on that. We do have various what we call Marketing in the Matrix videos. And those are all tailored to specific topics that basically talk about, ad extensions, PPC, social media, how to respond to reviews, basically, all these different topics that we kind of went over today in short videos. If you also are curious and you want to get a little more information, again, give us a call. We can kind of go further in depth on how those work exactly. So again, 1-800-iMatrix, we'll have someone here help you out, and we'll go ahead and kind of go a little more in depth on that. But we do have videos that go over those, not necessarily tutorials, but more so videos just kind of explaining what you need to do and things like that. Awesome. Got some good questions here. So does iMatrix provide the click-to-call extension? Actually, we do. I mean, it's not necessarily a matter of we provide it, but we will do that for you. If you actually are interested in our PPC service, give us a call. If you already have it, that is something that you can ask. If you have an account manager, you can ask them to go ahead and put that on there. We will provide, or set up, I should say, call extensions, location extensions, sitemap extensions, those kind of things, to help maximize your ad the best we can. So definitely we could. Awesome. So to stay current with the blog, how often would be a recommendation for the blog to be updated? Also, would it be best to post the blog directly to social media or simply link into the business website where the blog can be found? Great question. So little news update on what happens with that. So, okay, so first question is, how often should you update the blog? I recommend doing, if you have the time, I recommend updating the blog maybe once a week. That's if you have the time. If you don't have the time, I would say minimum once a month. Minimum once a month. Because the fact that after that month period, after that 30-day period, people tend to feel like, things are going stale, even after a month. So I would say either once a week or once a month at the least. As far as having it posted on your social media directly or having it on your website, a link to your website, you can actually link it to your website. That's the thing. So it's kind of one of the same things. So if you actually have your blog, you don't copy and paste the text and put it in your Facebook page. You actually would take the link and you can post it in your post from your website and post it into your Facebook profile post. That way it'll show a snippet of the actual blog, but then it'll link it directly to your page. Now there is a way that you can actually have it directly sync up to go to your Facebook profile, and that's called RSS graffiti. There's other RSS modes that people can actually utilize, because as of recent, I believe RSS graffiti is going to be shut down. It's something that we've been using for a while. Other people use it. We use other ones as well, so no worries if anyone has it. But if you currently use it, go ahead and give us a call, and we can go ahead and kind of talk you through what you need to do to set that up, or we can help you set it up for you. So that way you hit two birds with one stone, and you can just have the blog post on your website, and it'll automatically post to your social media profile and help you out that way. You can also do the same thing with your Twitter page. Have any of your Facebook posts go directly to your Twitter page, so it hits two birds with one stone that way. So there's a lot of ways you can do that, but yeah, I definitely would recommend, instead of copying the text and pasting it, copy the link and paste it if you're going to do it that way. So that way it directly goes to your website and you increase the traffic that way. So good question. So not a Facebook user, not sure how someone finds a chiropractor with Facebook or other social media. So Facebook is in itself kind of considered a directory. It's got all the information, or even any other social media profile for that matter. It's got all the information that's needed, which is called NAP, which is name, address, and phone number. That's pretty much the only information that people need. The name of the business, the address, and the phone number. And so if you look on a Facebook profile, it'll have the name of the business, which is highly recommended for the name of the profile, the name of your practice, as opposed to the doctor's name. You want to have the name of the practice. It'll have a map listing along with the location of where you're at. It'll also have the hours, and it'll tell you this business is closed or this business opens at 11 a.m. today. And it'll also have, obviously, the phone number. So there's actually a lot of information that's on Facebook, and Facebook now, you're able to search, with the graph search, you're actually able to search through Facebook for a specific business because of all these different listings and directory type information that's on there now. So people on Facebook, people get a lot of news from Facebook. A lot of times people don't even watch TV. They'll get news info and updates on Facebook. Any news channel says, follow us on Facebook and Twitter. All these different outlets are actually doing that for a reason, because they realize how popular social media is. So social media is going to be essential. If not only do people look for you on Google, people are also looking for you on social media like Facebook or whatnot. So that's all they have to do. They can type in, I'm just going to use San Diego as an example. They can type in San Diego chiropractor. It'll pull up all the different chiropractors in San Diego on their Facebook profile. That way they have a list of who to choose from, and then they can go to each chiropractor's profile and search that way. So another question, any experience tracking conversion rate from a Facebook ad to someone actually filling a website form or appointment request? I'm not sure if I quite understand that question, but the question itself, I believe, as far as, are you saying is there a similarity to the conversion rate on a Facebook ad to one that's actually on a website form? The one on the website form itself, it's probably going to be a lot higher because they're on your website. The website's going to have a lot more info. The website is the office, if you want to think of it that way. It's going to have all the info they need, all the call to actions that they need. A Facebook ad will have certain things, but again, a Facebook ad is also a window into your website, which is then a window into your practice. So for the most part, the Facebook ad should probably link to your website or to a landing page on your website. So keep in mind, the way Facebook ads work it's almost like PPC. Well, not even necessarily. With Facebook ads, you can actually target specific demographics as well within Facebook. sex, race, I believe race, age, what they're looking for, their interests, those kind of things. And what will happen is it'll basically kind of target everyone. I mean, anyone in that criteria. The only problem is people might not necessarily be looking for you directly. It's just kind of like you're in the crowd of the other ads that might be showing up. Whereas if someone's on your website, it's going to be a higher conversion rate because they're already there. They're there for a reason. I'm just going to use a quick example because I actually used to do sales back in the day. And so I used to do cell phone sales. And I've done cell phone sales in store. I've also done cell phone sales in a kiosk. So everyone's been to the mall and they've seen kiosks where people are trying to get them to buy a phone. That's not the only reason someone's at a mall. There's so many other stores in the mall that they're probably going to, and you probably aren't even needing a phone or thinking about a phone, and they're trying to get you to buy a phone. Whereas in a store where I ended up being, people are going to the store for a reason. Obviously, they could be going for their bill, they could be going to buy accessories, or main thing, they could be going to get a phone. So it was a little different, a little easier in that aspect because that was the purpose and that was the reason they were there. So Facebook ads, as opposed to your actual appointment request on your website, they're there on your website for a reason, so it's going to have a higher conversion rate as opposed to just a Facebook ad where you're really trying to kind of grab for straws and get their attention and then hopefully get them to convert. So the conversion rate is going to be a little different. I would say it would probably win more so on the website itself. Unless you have the link, go directly to a landing page on your website, they can fill out a form, that kind of thing. It might be a little higher as well. So awesome. So awesome questions. If anyone has any other questions, feel free to go ahead and let us know. Again, I want to say thank you for everyone being here and giving us the time to kind of go over things. Again, give us a call. We will definitely help you out with anything that you need in regards to anything on your website, PPC, social media, video, or overall SEO, and help you guys really dominate your local areas. So again, thanks again. Have a wonderful day.